Hey, 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 welcome everyone. My name is Laura Host. I'm super excited to be here this afternoon with all of you. We are doing our first NetCube Community Cubies. Don't you love our name? Our group name for our first training and updates. So we're eager and excited to give you training and updates. And I've got some other awesome Community Cubies here on with me, along with you guys to share some awesome training and insights with you. So it's going to be a fun little afternoon training. We will record this so that if you're watching the replay, you can share this or tag your new cubies that come on here in the next month in this so that they can learn as well. So with that being said, we are going to get started right away. I'll briefly share my story with you and why I got started with NetCube. I actually live here in Minnesota, and I was on the phone with a friend the other night, and exactly probably 10 nights ago to be exact, and he said, hey, I'm gonna jump on a call quick to listen about a new company that's launching. Do you want to hear? And I said, absolutely, sure. He's like, he's just gonna give us a quick 5-minute overview. Well, that 5-minute overview turned into a 2.5-hour phone call because I was very intrigued. I thought this was an awesome opportunity. So I jumped on board. The rest is history. I'm on my 10th day, 25 friends have joined, and that's how exciting it is. That 25 has turned into over 300. Why? Because people want to work from home. People want to make money. People want to do things on their own time and their own schedule. And so really excited to be here today, you guys. I want to introduce you to a couple of my friends and let them share their story about why they're here today. They're also going to give some training and insight as well later in the meeting after they do their introductions. And so let me start with Mr. Nick Sorensen. Let me put you on the big screen first here, Nick, and get you unmuted. Are you unmuted, Nick?
I am unmuted.
Okay. Fantastic. Take it away. I want Nick to share with you guys why he decided to choose NetCube and a little bit about himself.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. You know, my wife and I, we've been in this relationship marketing industry for a number of years, been doing it full time. But prior to that, and even during that, we've done a lot of affiliate marketing. I actually had my own product that I took down that space. And so I've always said if there's a company out there that can really merge the two, affiliate marketing with relationship marketing, and do it the right way, then they'll definitely be onto something and produce something massive. And this platform, you know, that's been created, this NetCube community, I believe, you know, has the potential and the possibility to really create that, especially how simple they've made it around just creating the cubes. I also like the very simplicity of the compensation plan. One thing I love about network marketing is the ability to go help people have success. And when we have this, you know, force matrix, this 3x10 force matrix, it really gives the ability for, you know, you get to get in a good situation, a good timing, a good group like you have here, and not only have help from people that bring you in, but also be able to help other people. It's extremely rewarding. But being able to have this platform to, you know, share products on social media, but also have the ability to, you know, use some other services and do some other tasks. You don't necessarily have to have a huge following to have success here. You can start out in other areas. But with the team that you have here, the support group you have here with Laura, Amanda, some of the amazing things that they've done, not only in this industry, but also affiliate marketing, social media, you can grow something from beginning right now and turn into a following. So, you know, really excited about all the possibilities that we have here. You know, it's not based on just one thing that has success. There's so many moving elements that can really set everybody up to have success.
Awesome. And I respect Nick so much. He actually took the time to visit with the CEO of the company and get really educated and answer some of his questions. So can you give us a little insight about that, Nick? Just your visit with him and how that reinforced your decision to be here?
No, absolutely. You know, I just kind of heard a couple overviews and a couple little quick calls, and you know, the idea of it sounded really great. But ideas normally sound really great, right? You know, we're in a pre-launch environment now, what we have here. And so ideas are ideas. You know, it takes the right people to put those into action to really lead to a long-term successful company. But it also takes, you know, the right things in place, and and things have to make sense to me. So when I was first hearing about it, I'm like, you know, this sounds too good to be true, to be honest with you. And in my past business success or past business history, when something sounds too good to be true, it always is. And you know, usually is not what it appears and does not end up lasting. And so I wanted to jump on and ask some of the harder questions, really like, where do they see themselves, but also, does this really work out? They've talked about, completing a cube can take, any time as a really short period of time. If you post something on social media and someone clicks that link and purchase something, but could also take, 40 minutes or an hour if you're doing more of a task or more of a job thing. And so I wanted to make sure the numbers really did work out in my mind. Because if it takes 10 minutes to complete a cube and they're paying us what they're paying us, which is a very lucrative compensation plan, well, it didn't add up. So ask them some of those tough questions, really, where's all the compensation coming from? How's their model built? Where's it looking into? And then also some of the contracts that they've signed and some of the other business they have come down the road that can really fulfill us and keep us busy fulfilling cubes. So, I really like the answers that they had. They definitely were pretty straight up. I believe that they have the vision. I believe they have the ability to put something really powerful together for us so we can go create a really good income. And most importantly, help other people do the exact same thing.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Nick. I appreciate that, because sometimes I'm one of those compulsive people where, I see something great, I just jump right on, right? And then thank goodness I have friends like Nick who are solid and say, hey, Laura, this is great, but let me ask some more questions. And I'm like, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Because, is that why your husband locks up their credit cards? Just to make sure you can think twice?
Exactly, right? You got to have permission first, right? No, it's so great though, because you got to have that balance, so it's very exciting. Well, I appreciate your time, Nick, and we'll be excited to hear some more from you later in the meeting as well. Let's get Amanda up here. Miss Amanda. Hey girl. Okay, this is Amanda. If you guys watched the replay from yesterday, you saw the awesome question here she did at the end of that as well. So Amanda is going to share a little bit of her story. Her and her husband actually have a 7-figure, which is $1 million Amazon selling business that they've been doing for 12 years. So I want her to briefly share her story and tell you about kind of the history of Amazon and where we're at. Not yet. Sorry, that's not yet. just your introduction and why you're excited to be here first.
Sure. Is the sound okay? Because sometimes these are funky. Do you hear good?
Yep.
Okay, good. So, Laura, we had talked just basically a short week ago, and she reached out. She knows that, we've talked a lot recently about where our focus is business-wise and everything, and I've been involved in relationship marketing for a few years and stuff like that as well. And she knew that my husband and I are crazy focused on our online businesses, our e-commerce businesses. We have multiple different things going on with that. So I wasn't looking. I was actually, again, really, really guarded and making sure that we're focused there, just because we're taking it up, ramping it up to even that next level. Like, I'm flying out to China in August by myself. I'm going with a group, but my husband's staying here, and so we're just doing some big things and making some big moves there. So it's not like we were grasping for or looking for anything. But Laura started talking, and I think that initially, maybe it was like a 10-minute conversation. I know she said she was on the phone for 2 hours, but she started talking. And she's like, I'm not sure. Am I explaining this right? Are you following me? I'm like, girl, I get it. Like, this is my world right now. Like, I am blown away at this concept, number one, because it's not a completely new concept. Marrying it with an MLM and putting everything together into one bundle, that's a new concept. And I can see where this is going to be massive for the businesses that want to provide the tasks, the links, everything for the portal. And then clearly we know people that truly just want to work from home. They're sick of, they're sick of selling stuff, or, they don't want to run their own business. You guys, I've had so many people reach out to me, and because they know we've been, both my husband and I have been full-time at home for 12 years. And so they reach out and ask different questions, and they just don't want to do that. It's a big responsibility, and they don't want that. So I was just like, dude, this is what people are looking for. They want to be able to earn on their terms, on their own time. And so I got it, and that was it. I even told, Laura had sent me, the link over. I didn't see any slides. I didn't see any explanations. I knew that it was, extremely low, basically low risk. I'm not into throwing money away by any means, but I was like, I need to see this back office. I was like, this is going to be freaking awesome. We've utilized services very similar before. I am familiar with affiliate marketing, and I understand what companies pay. Companies pay massive for whether it's somebody that decides to actually purchase or it's just a lead. Like, you wouldn't believe what companies will pay for that stuff, and you will, because we're going to see it when the vault opens. So that's it, really. That's what I saw. I ran it by my husband. Of course, I started talking, and again, it was pretty easy for me to communicate to him because, again, that's kind of our lingo. And he's like, yeah, that seems awesome. Whatever, go for it, you know? So that's pretty much it.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thank you, Amanda. We are going to get back to, I love sharing people's stories, because you're like, dude, this seems too good to be true, is what we're hearing a lot, right? Because it is a beautiful marriage of being able to have the ability to work from home, do some tasks, do some affiliate marketing, lead generation, and so much more. So we're going to talk more about that today. That's what we're going to get into now. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is the phases, because everyone's like, when are the doors opening? I'm going to tell you right now. Are you listening? Should I whisper? I don't know. So I'm not sure when the doors are opening, okay? Here's the deal. I talk to the CEO and the Master Ambassadors on a daily basis. No joke. Like, I've already talked to him this morning. And it's not that they're trying to keep it a secret. It's not like they're trying to wait any longer. They wanted to have it done a week ago, but it's technology. You've got to have all the working pieces together and to make it work together, right? And they also want to prepare you guys when it does launch and when the vault does open. It's really important to remember you're here before the grand opening. The grand opening of this company is actually August 31st, which is 4 months from now, right? So we're here really in like beta test phase mode, which is a huge blessing, because if you've realized and if you've brought anyone into the company, you see that your 3x10 matrix is filling up really fast with people, right? So you're positioned really well because you were the visionary and you're seeing it before everyone else, right? So there's going to be glitches, there might be issues, but this is where we as professional business people need to have patience and be thankful and feel blessed that we're here in the early stages, and we want to communicate with them things that we find that aren't working though, right? So what is phase one? The company's going to launch in phases. So there'll be this many services that open the vault, and then there'll be more added on, and then there'll be more added on, right? It's like any business. No business opens and has like all of everything done in the first phase. Like, they open with X amount of products, then they add on as they find they have the correct amount of staff, they get everyone educated and comfortable doing this, then a company adds more products and services and so forth, right? Same thing that's going to happen here. So phase one that's going to be opening first is going to be, I have it all written out here. So you'll be able to do the surveys. If you just want to be task oriented, you'll be able to do the video games and rate those. You'll be able to do the movies and to be able to go review the movies. You'll be able to do that travel website is going to be open. I don't even think I've mentioned that on any of these calls yet, but we actually have a travel portal where you can book your travel. It pulls all of the data from online and then gives you actually your NetCube discounted price, which is cool. So you can share that with friends. And if anyone books their travel and gets additional discounts, that puts money into your cube, which is cool. So that will be in phase one. But the two things that I want to talk to you about that are also launching in phase one, which I think are awesome, is the affiliate marketing and the lead generation. So what is affiliate marketing? People are like, how do I do this? Well, affiliate marketing is like, I am an affiliate marketer for like a bunch of different companies. I also have my own company where I have people that market it and they're also affiliates for it. Affiliate marketing is like, I love wholesale kids clothes, and I share that website with my friends on Facebook and give them a $5 coupon. And every time they order wholesale kids clothes, I get free kids clothes. So my daughter's closet's full of all these cute little clothes that I got for free. So it's similar to that. There's going to be a massive amount of products and services that are continually going to be added for the affiliate marketing portion of NetCube. And I think you'll be so pleasantly surprised. And it's really cool, the technology that they're using. You can actually share this on social media. So the larger your social influence, it's going to just help you build your cubes that much faster, which is cool, because if you post something onto social media, you don't want to post everything back there. You want to find what's important to you. Like me, having little kids and being a mom and being pregnant, I'm going to want to share things probably about babies and moms and things that I would enjoy in my life, right? Things that I'm using, maybe. And so that is like what affiliate marketing is. Sharing a link to, and it'll just be like one click. And so it'll go on your social media, it'll go on your Twitter account, it'll go on your LinkedIn account. And then if anyone clicks on that, you get money put into your Cube account, right? To start filling your Cube up. So that's one way that you can start filling your Cube right away, which is great. But not only that, you can post that like right away in the morning and be done with it, right? And then actually be going and doing tasks like do some surveys, watch some video games, write some video games, do whatever. So you can do those other tasks while your things you posted on social media are generating over here as well. So it's going to be a multitude of different things that are going to fill your cubes, okay? So that's phase one. Phase two, that is going to be added on to this after they get everything, all of the working pieces together, is the call connect, which everyone's so excited about. Inbound calls, outbound calls, that's phase two that will launch after we get everything set up with phase one, right? With all of the lead generation, affiliate marketing, surveys, videos, games, apps, all of that stuff. So I think you're going to be so happily surprised when we actually get to log in and see the vault, because there's going to be such an awesome variety of things to share. Then after Call Connect is phase three, and that's going to be even more products and services. And I had to swear I wasn't recording the phone call when I was on with them the other day, because they were sharing some insight about the future of the company with me, and it's very exciting, you guys. So one thing that people have asked me is like, well, what if the vault opens and somebody doesn't like it and somebody wants to get their money back? Hey, totally cool. We want everyone to be happy here. Anyone can get their money back. It's not a big deal. Like, but I encourage you, if you're a visionary, to stick around through the phases, because it's going to be an awesome rosebud that blossoms, and it's going to be amazing to see it all come to fruition, okay? And so those are kind of the phases that I want to talk to you about. I want Amanda to briefly share with you guys the story of Amazon and how they started, because I think it really relates to how we're launching as well with phases. So Amanda, if you want to share that, and I loved your analogy with Uber as well. So.
Okay. All right. So first, when I got involved with Amazon, it was totally by accident. My husband was a financial advisor. And we met doing mortgages, but I left, after I started selling books and CDs and DVDs online, which was nothing that I ever thought I would do, as a career woman, whatever, my short time after college. But anyways, I really liked that aspect of, having a job at the time. And, the business has started doing really well. And we were grinding it out. I was just going to literally, some people have heard these stories about people going to like garage sales or Salvation Armies or charity book sales. And that's what I did. And we made really good money at the time. And so we decided that, my husband came home after 3 years of us doing that. And he was working it with me, when he was not at his job. And, we actually started doing some what we call retail arbitrage. You purchase stuff from stores at a discount and then you resell it online. And then we went to wholesaling, and then now we do private label. And so now we really focus at more of a higher level. We build brands, we source our own products. Private label just means that it's our products. Like we literally, go if you see any brand and that's their label, whatever. And so we sell our own products now. Going to be launching a new product here soon. And that's our focus. And with that, we've had to learn a lot of the things, the marketing, the launches, how much it costs for customer acquisition, again, which is why it clicked with me, because I know how much it costs for us to promote this product, how much it costs for us per person that we're getting on our email list. Like, again, this stuff is expensive and people are paying lots of money for it. So that's kind of, our journey there. And we've just continued to level it up. And, being around recently, and again, I think this is why it clicked with me a lot, is we've been around some really high level sellers, not just with Amazon, but in different venues, Shopify. Some people do drop shipping, some people do wholesaling. It's amazing just to see the abundance and how so many different people are making incredible income. It's just that they're kind of open to that opportunity and kind of seeing it. And so with that, kind of leading into my Uber story.
Yeah, they did. And Amazon too. One more thing on Amazon, sorry. Amazon just started with used books. You know what I mean? Like Amazon was not the Amazon people know today, right?
It's insane. In 1999, Jeff Bezos himself started this with used books. And
so
now
that was
it is
like phase one, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. Like, you got to stick around because look what Amazon has become now, right? Some people are like, well, I'm not interested in used books and I don't want to do used books. And I like saying right now, well, I don't want to play video games and I don't want to do surveys, but you got your spot, right? Can you imagine if you would have got stock in Amazon when they were just used books to what they are now? It's like getting your stock in NetCube right now, getting your Cloud Suite now, which you all did, which is super smart. And then as the phases unlock, it's just going to be so beautiful, I think.
It is. I mean, and that's the thing, like we had experience. So we got in even before there was what they call fulfillment by Amazon, which is it's a huge portion of Amazon's business right now. We got in and we were actually shipping our items directly to the consumer. We don't do any of that anymore. We don't bother with that. We have all of that stuff outsourced. But so it went from this really like kind of small little thing to where we were shipping all of ourselves. It was very intensive initially, to where we can do the high level stuff and we can be hands off with all that. And again, like that's kind of where I see this going. And so I'm excited to be a pioneer with that. Again, I had so many people like, oh my gosh, if we would have started Amazon when you did, and I'm like, you have no idea what Amazon was before. It was not this finely oiled machine. And just, like we're involved in different beta tests for a lot of different groups, a lot of different softwares, a lot of different things. And we jump at the opportunity because do some of them, do they all like, come out and they're, amazing initially? No, that's just not how it works. They need feedback from us. Like we should be thankful truly that we get the opportunity this quick to jump on board, to get our bearings, because then once we do and things are rolling and we've been involved in it so long, we have such a jump. We have such a head start on everybody else. And you're going to be able to communicate to people so confidently. And then you're able to say, oh yeah, I was involved back then. And I've seen so many people online in their e-commerce that's how it was. And they're like, oh gosh, we used to have to do this guerrilla marketing stuff before. And now stuff's just automated because there's just systems. And I know that that's what's going to happen here. So yeah, that's kind of the whole Amazon deal.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how you and I were visiting yesterday, the same thing with Uber. So we're not trying to pound this home to you guys, but we want to give you these stories because you have people asking you this, right? You guys are going to have prospects who say, why now? Why don't I wait till August 31st? Why don't I come in 6 months from now when the company's ready? Well, even with Uber, people were thinking like, what the heck? You're going to like put people in my car? That's creepy. That's weird, right? So I love your perspective on that, though, if you want to briefly share that, Amanda.
I'll run through that. It was funny because I do think about these things because, again, I hear a lot of different amazing companies as they're like kind of being formed. And you're like, how the heck are they going to make that happen? And then you kind of see it coming because, again, I'm around a lot of innovative people. They're putting together software platforms that we've utilized for our business. And we're like, how the heck are we going to be able to, put a product here? You're going to automatically distribute it everywhere. You're going to do our, our marketing for us and this and that. And we're like, I just can't even like wrap my brain around it. But I see it happen. And when it's done, it's a beautiful thing. So it kind of reminded me of Uber because we have a friend that had the opportunity. He's a big seller with Amazon too. He creates software solutions for people like, mega Amazon sellers, $1 million sellers. And he was said like, I had the opportunity. My friends, one of the guys, or he's the guy that like came up with the Uber concept. I had the opportunity to invest in it. I didn't take the opportunity because let's think about this. And kind of like Laura touched on it, it's like, okay, so there's no Uber drivers, there's no app, there's no people, okay, that know about Uber. So how the heck is this going to work to where there's going to be people that are just going to say, hey, I'm going to sign up for this thing. I'm going to be an Uber driver. I'm going to use my own car. I'm going to go to a location that my phone says. I mean, people are pretty skeptical, right? I'm going to go to a location that my phone says. I'm going to have a stranger get in my car. I'm going to drive them somewhere, and I'm not going to collect money from them. I'm just going to do this, just on whatever space. And so here's the thing: is there's two parts to this. Is that it took a collective amount of people, the visionaries that were drivers, the visionaries that were people that were not super skeptical on their cell phones that said, sure, come pick me up. Now Uber is just amazing everywhere. Now the other factor is they had some road bumps. I mean, I remember when it was coming out, we were traveling often and we would go to different places. We were in Georgia for one. They could not come and pick us up at the airport. I don't know if they can now, but all of the, cab people, the industries, the cab companies were up in arms because they were taking their market share, right? So, but that's the thing. They were providing a solution that was needed because cabs were ripping people off. So this is the same thing here. They are providing a solution that is needed for us. And I see this with people, again, not just people that want to work, but even with affiliate marketing, you guys, like I'm affiliated with some different things and I can market stuff, but I have to sign up with each individual company. I have to keep track with each individual link. It's such a pain in the butt, you know. I mean, obviously it's still worth it, but it's a pain in the butt. So this, like a one-stop shop, I'm like, that's genius. So yeah, that's kind of the part of Uber.
Love it. Love it. See, that's what I'm talking about, you guys. That's where, oops, I'm changing my name or something on here. That's where this is going to be so genius, is like, you guys are the visionaries. We're the visionaries. There's going to be your friends who are skeptical, right? They're going to be like, you're crazy. It's too good to be true. Well, it's like the Amazon. It's like the Uber. We're the ones who are trusting in this and running with this and sharing this. And we're the ones that will be able to tell the story that we were here when, right? Which is really cool. So I just want you guys to have patience through that. And I also want you to submit any tickets. If you go in your back office, which at the very end of this, I'm going to do a quick walk through your back office. Under the contact tab is a a support ticket. And if you see any glitches in the back office, or you have an issue with any type of, placement movement, anything on your website's not working, go submit an actual ticket. That is the fastest way, because at the home office, answering the phone isn't realistic right now for them to catch every phone call. So you end up leaving a voicemail. They're actually going to give more attention, first of all, to the support tickets first versus calling. Okay. So submit your support ticket in the back office, because we want to be able to help them perfect things, right? So they might not be perfect in the beginning, but they're going to, we want to help them evolve to become better and better and better. So those are the phases that we'll be launching in. And so we're excited for phase 1 to open, so we can all look at all the things that are going to be happening, all the moving pieces back there, find out what works for us, what doesn't. You're not going to be required to do 15 cubes your first couple months, and I think until we're officially launched even, because we're opening in phases, right? Because there's going to be so many moving parts, because we're part of the beta test phase right now, where we're going to be able to help them find out. Now, if you have a friend who says, well, I don't want to get started right now until I see it, until I know, say, great, wait. But you see your matrix filling, and if they have any business savvy and they are going to share this with anyone, now would be the time, right? Because it's just spillover, and they can actually receive a bunch of additional income if they have a little office team with them as well, sharing the opportunity. So with that being said, that is the phases. The layering prospects. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about next, is what do you do when you have somebody who wants to learn more? Well, there's a couple layering processes that we want to go through here. So you don't want to just spam all of your friends with a private message or a link to a video, because Facebook will shut you down. Instagram probably would too. But what you want to do is ask an intriguing question. People are like, well, why don't you say NetCube when you post on social media, and you're just saying doing simple tasks from your cell phone or whatnot? It's because you don't want to say the name of the company, because then they can just go Google it. They can find a website and sign up with somebody else. So you actually want to know who's interested by piquing their interest first. So one of the things about layering prospects, if you're taking notes, which I encourage you to do, is to layer with just a simple post on social media. This is a great way. I know the majority of you saw this because you saw a post through social media, right? So you post something really simple like, hey, I found my summer gig. I'm super excited to be making some extra cash. I'm doing simple tasks from my cell phone and working from home on my laptop, or whatever it might be. That's it. Anyone else curious about how to make money from home or your cell phone, comment below. So you get 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 people who comment. It's crazy. There's a lot of people who actually want to work from home and make money. So they comment, and then you layer on. You don't send them 3 videos. You don't send them your website. You don't send them everything all at once. You start a conversation with them like, hey, Susie, thanks for commenting on my post. I'm super excited to get you some more information about working from home. Stop. Let her reply, actually have a conversation with the person, right? So this is layering and building that relationship. Like, hey, do you have 15 minutes today? I'll send you a quick video that gives you a full overview of this awesome work from home opportunity. Yeah, I have time this afternoon. I can watch a video. Great. Here's the link to the video. Send the video. I'll contact you after you're done, so let me know when you're done watching it. Great. So what time is she going to watch it? She's going to watch it this afternoon. You follow up with her this afternoon. Do you see the layering process? She's like, well, I have a few more questions. Awesome. Well, I actually have a Zoom presentation that our CEO of the company did. Would you be interested in watching that? Or do you just want me to answer some of your questions for you? Oh, I'd really love to see a Zoom with your CEO. And now you send the Zoom with the CEO. Do you see what I'm saying? Or she says, no, I just have a few questions. Great. Well, what are your questions? How can I answer those for you? And so then you get her questions. You don't know the answer to the question, you can start a three-way chat, 1, 2, 3, and get somebody, your sponsor or somebody else who is knowledgeable in NetCube, to jump in that conversation, add them to it, and answer some of those questions. It's super quick. Facebook group chats are awesome because it allows us to do it around our already busy life, right? I can reply even if I have screaming kids in the background, right? Because I don't actually have to be on the phone with a three-way phone call. So layering your prospects, following up with them, tracking them so you know who your prospects are, okay? But just don't dump everything on them all at once. Don't send a bunch of video links in your first message on Facebook because they'll put you in what we call Facebook jail, and we don't want that to happen to you. So you just want to layer your prospects, answer their questions. Honestly, if they're skeptical and they want to wait, let them wait and put them on your wait list if they say no, not now. Okay, because it just means not now. They want to see what's going to happen. They want to see you make money. All that, that's okay. There's going to be people like that. Put them over here on your wait list, and then go keep sharing with the rest of the people that want to know more, right? And don't stop, because that video Amanda and I did yesterday, I had a feeling that this girl who had replied to me, she goes, I'm interested, Laura, but I just don't think it's something for me. And I said, okay, no problem. Well, let's keep in touch. And we ended the conversation. And so I had her on my wait list. But after Amanda and I did that Zoom yesterday, and it was just a quick, less than 20-minute overview, I sent it to her anyways. And I usually don't do this, but I just had this gut feeling that I didn't think she totally understood it, because she told me she wasn't feeling good when she had watched the first video. So I said, hey, when you get a chance, watch this quick, less than 20-minute overview about my girlfriend who has $1 million Amazon business and why her and her husband chose to partner with this company. And maybe you'll understand a little bit more. She watched that. She joined last night. She's like, oh, I couldn't stop thinking about this actually after I had told you not now, but I get it now. That explained more to me, okay? That's why layering on and keeping in touch with people is going to be so important. So be sure to be tracking that as well, okay? And what we're going to do in this group is we're going to continue to give you education and ideas on how to build your business through social media, because that's what's going to give you the freedom too, so that you're not constant. So you don't go do home parties and you're not doing this or you're not doing that, but you're just using your social influence that you already have to share something, like you're sharing this opportunity, right? And so when you share it with friends, you actually, the company says, hey, thanks for sharing it. Here's a portion of their cloud seat so that they reward you as well, which is awesome. So that's just a benefit. Do you have to share it with anyone? No, you can keep it a total secret, never tell anyone, and just do your cubes at home. That's totally fine too. But I think you'll find it easy to share with friends because people want to know how to do what you're doing. And then you'll get paid every time they complete cubes as well, which makes your hourly rate go up that much more, right? So it's a win-win. All right, the next thing I want to do is have Nick share how we are going to maximize phase one. Okay, so phase one is this beta phase, why we're here, and I want Nick to share with you the power of duplication, because there is some huge power if you do choose to share. Now, obviously, you know, it's optional, but for those of you that do want to build a little office team with this, there's a lot of power in that. So I'm excited for Nick to share that with you now.
Awesome. Thank you. Great information, both you and Amanda. Awesome. Learned some stuff, taking some notes myself. So appreciate you sharing that. Loved your perspective, Amanda, too, as well, on why this is such a huge opportunity for everybody out there. The power of duplication. So leverage income. This is something that is like the holy grail of income for everything. It's the reason that my wife and I have been in this space for years. We've been in affiliate marketing for years, because if you can go out and create something and build something and it pays you month after month after month, it's leverage income, and it's awesome. You can choose to take a week off with the family or a day off or a couple days off, and the money still comes. And timing magnifies that opportunity that we have here. And so, we're in a pre-launch, which, like Amanda said, like Laura said, there's some unknowns. We're going to be building phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So there's going to be some growing pains that are going to come along with this. It's just the nature of the beast. But those that got in early with Uber, those that got in early with Amazon, and those they reap the rewards significantly more than someone that got down the road. Now, with that being said, the internet, right, is something that's absolutely massive. People that got involved 10 years ago are majorly glad that they invested time and energy in doing that, but it's still just as big as an opportunity. So I do believe that we have that here with this company, but it can just speed things up much faster by sharing now, because very few people have heard of it. I've already got a call from somebody, a friend of mine, that said, hey, I heard you're in NetCube. That's awesome. I'm excited to work with you. Well, it's someone that I hadn't called and talked to. So what does that mean? That means that you need to have a little bit of urgency, a little bit of excitement to get out and share this with people, right? Here's what's so cool, though. That doesn't matter that I have a friend that got involved with someone else, because there's tons of people. You know, if you have 500 people in your Facebook group, guess what? If only 5% of them say yes, well, that's 50 people, okay? Laura just hit quadruple something. I'm not sure exactly what the ranks are yet, but she just hit something and had an amazing income with a little over a week. And guess what that's done? Those 25 people have now turned into hundreds of people. And so the power of duplication, this power of leverage income is absolutely phenomenal. But it all comes back to the fact that people want this. It's kind of a breath of fresh air from relationship marketing. It's the ability to, merge it, like we said, with affiliate marketing, but you can choose to share a product. You can choose to do a service, choose to do something that just isn't based on commission. It's based on your effort, right? And people are wanting that. And so by taking that little leap of faith, like Laura has, like Amanda has, like so many people on this Zoom, and get out and share it, it can really speed things up for you and your success, okay? It's been said many, many times. I'm sure many people on this Zoom have heard this before, but I'd rather make 1% off of 100 people than 100% off my own efforts. Okay, I'm pretty confident in my efforts. I can do pretty well 100%. But guess what? If I'm making 1% off 100 people, that creates more time and energy. It creates more time freedom for my family. And that's why we are in this space and why we're in this industry. But the most rewarding thing isn't the financial that we received. The most rewarding thing is being able to give something that goes and helps people. This is not going to be for everybody. Okay, I'm just telling you that right now. But those that it is for, and those that actually choose to grab it and run with it, and you help their family and help benefit their family, are going to thank you forever. It's been the most rewarding thing that my wife and I have ever done in this industry. And I mean, really in our life. We've both been very blessed. We've traveled the world for our different professions. My wife was a professional hairdresser, which they actually have competitions for those things. And she actually was a national champion, was invited to compete in the world. I played professional baseball. I played rugby on a huge scene, so travel the world to do that. I've never had as much fun helping families earn incomes for themselves. Right now in the United States, 3 out of 4 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. That's a study that's actually done. So an extra $300, $400, $500 is life-changing for people. Okay, but what about 1,000? And because we have the timing and what we have here, what if it turns into a couple thousand? I mean, Laura, a week into this thing, just because she's gone all in and said, hey, I want to go help you guys because I see how powerful this is. She's not making money off the cubes yet because it hasn't been released yet. She's doing it because she's inspired to go help the masses and to go share this with people. And guess what? If you see value in it, other people will see value in it too. And the tips that Laura gave you, the tips that Amanda gave you about layering on information makes this so simple. This isn't sales. It's literally more of marketing. It's just multiple exposures and sharing with people. So there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing as exciting as fun as leverage income. It just takes you to have that leap of faith. If you are comfortable with what we have here, go out and share it. If you're not quite yet, get with Laura, get with Amanda, get with your group, get with whoever brought you in, go through and watch the videos. I was with an individual who actually shared this with Laura and shared this with me the other day. And he was going back and listening to all the past recordings on YouTube because he was just building his belief system in this and making it simpler for him to go share. And so if that's what you need is a little bit more belief, then get that. Go find it. If you need a little extra time, well, that's why you should be doing this business. So lose about 15 minutes of sleep a day, 20 minutes of sleep a day, because those that are running now can see definitely reap the reward and see much more benefit down the road. But in the end, it's just sharing information. We're just looking for people that, hey, see value in this. that want to work from home, want to make some money. Go ahead, Laura.
One of the questions, Nick, people said was, well, Laura, I didn't see it initially because I thought, well, if it takes me a half hour or 2 hours to do a cube, I could literally be getting paid $5 to $20, depending on how long it's going to take me to fill a cube, right? That's not really impressive. I can go work at Burger King, right, for $15 an hour. After taxes, maybe I get $8 an hour or something. So that wasn't super impressive. So, but then when they said, well, even if I tell 3 friends or 5 friends or 10 friends, and I mean, once they post on social media about it, it's a little bit different, but 10 friends, think if you knew 10 people in your entire influence, if you have thousands of friends on Facebook or if you're in Facebook groups, 10 friends who come on board with you, even if you get 10 friends over the next couple months, so like 3 a month even over the next 3 months, 10 friends each and they tell 10 friends, now you got 100 people on your team. And if they each just do the minimum 15 cubes, we're talking $1,500 a month in addition to the cubes you're doing, plus the sign up, the bonuses for, having people join. So I think there's power in those numbers as well, that it's not just $5, $10, $15 an hour you're going to make here on doing cubes. There's power in duplication as far as the cash goes too.
No, 100%. I mean, you go help 3, get their 3, you do that one more time, you have 40 people on your team. Okay. So let's, go look at the numbers. Let's say it takes you an hour to do each cube. So you have 15 hours invested in each of your cubes, and just those 40 people are doing the minimum. Okay, so those 40 people doing the minimum, that's 15 cubes a month. So that means there's an extra $600. You add that $600 on top of the $150 you earn for $10 per cube. Well, now that's $750 divided by 15. It's a pretty decent hourly wage just by you going and helping 9 people, okay, go get their 3. It's there's definitely power here. And guess what? This doesn't cost anything monthly after you purchase your software. For those of you that are skeptical, ask Amanda how much she spends monthly on her overhead for all the different software and programs that she runs. We have same thing. We have our own product that we actually sell directly to the market. We run numerous different softwares and different programs to run that. So the overhead monthly, I would bet to believe, if you ask Amanda, would be 5 to 10 times more than what you're spending here for a year. Okay. But guess what? They handle all that for you. And yes, you can create leverage income there, but not like you have here. And so we have something really special. We don't have all the answers. We don't know exactly what it is, but I do believe that they're onto the right track, that they have the right platform in place to really, like we said, merge affiliate marketing, network marketing, bring the 2 together. To make things simpler to go share, to make it simpler to work from home, however that looks like for you, whether it's sharing on social media or doing tasks. And when there's a lot of people out there looking for what we have here. And so get excited and go share it with people.
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much, Nick. I appreciate you super much. That's awesome. All right, you guys.
Real quick. Oh, Laura.
Sure.
Sorry. I didn't want to interrupt, but I just real quick, because I think you guys did such an amazing job with touching on those numbers and being in the industry before. Some of you guys might not have been, but if you have been in the industry before, that is a type of discussion that people have had. I've heard it over and over and over again. The concept of leverage income is a beautiful thing. And in other companies, they say, hey, when you go and you get 3 and you get 3, that's leveraging yourself. Well, ultimately, the true story, that's not leveraging it. You can't calculate that. Now, it's great in concept. It's still true. Okay. There's still an essence of truth to that. When you do find people that are going to produce, then that's leveraging something other than yourself. So again, it's not a lie. However, you guys, this is calculated. This is saying there's a minimum per person. Obviously, as long as they're truly interested in getting involved and they want to do, the cubes or whatever, which is the premise of a minimum of 15 cubes, there is a minimum amount per person that's calculated that you're like, boom, there's that many people times a minimum of $15. Like, that's crazy. That is not in any other company at all.
Earning, not spending on minimum orders in a month, which so many people are used to with their home business, which is why their spouse is like, stop joining those things, because all you do, they're a money suck, right? Because you run through your friends and family and then you have no one else to prospect to. And now you're like, who else can I sell this to? Well, here it's going to simplify things. You get your cloud seat and you don't spend anymore, which is great. You just earn. Everyone else earns. You don't earn unless your friends earn. So it's a win-win. I love that. Awesome. All right, let's move on here. We are done with the roots of that. I want to get to some Q&A questions that people had. So the grand opening is August 31st if you're taking notes. If you go to netcubetravel.com, you can see that they are having the big NetCube event, the conference that's down in Destin, Florida, August 31st and September 1st. Very, very, very limited seats. Okay, so there's only 500 seats for this. The venue's very small, obviously. That was the only thing that they were able to grab. So get your seat now, get your ticket now for that if you want to travel down to be there for the grand opening. I want to be there so bad, but I'm going to be like having a baby then. Amanda's already got her ticket. I know many others have also got their tickets already, but it's going to be awesome. Destin, Florida, it's over Labor Day weekend. So if you want to bring your family, bring your spouse, go have a good time. I think that'll be fabulous. So netcubetravel.com is where you'll find all of that information for that. The other thing I want to talk to you about is payday. Everyone wants to know, do we really get paid? How do we get paid? Right now, because we're sponsoring people, bringing them into the company, sharing this opportunity, it's every 7 days. So like day one last week, a week ago, I had 3 people join. The next day I had 3 people join. So all of those funds have become available to me. So I've already withdrawn them. And then you set up your Hyper Wallet after the funds become available. So 7 days after you've sponsored somebody, the funds become available. And then you set up your Q Wallet, which is like super easy to do. You enter your, you fill out your W-9 form first, and then you set up your bank account information, whether you want it put into your checking or savings, and then it just direct deposits. You say, transfer this much to my checking, and it's done. So super simple. Your Q Wallet is available 7 days after you sponsor somebody. When the funds become available, that's when you can actually set up your Q Wallet, and then you can you sweep the account, which you'll see. It says, how much money do you want to sweep out of your account? You sweep the money out. It goes into your your Q Wallet, excuse me, and then you can withdraw the funds or transfer the funds when you're ready. So that's the Q Wallet. The Facebook group I want to talk about here really quick. In our Facebook group, so much momentum. So when you bring somebody on, add them to the Facebook group, right? And so what we're going to do is I'm going to get this a little bit more organized with the request of many people because there's so much excitement and fun going on. I've created some header posts. So we're going to have a May welcome post. So I'm going to try to clean up all the other posts and recognition that I've done so far and add it to this, to the post here. There's going to be more advanced technology, more advanced reporting coming. Right now it's a little bit more challenging, but together with all of us, we'll figure out how to, like one-star brand ambassadors when they have 1 person, a 2 stars when they have 6 people, a 3 stars when they have 15 people, a 4 stars when they have 15 people or 25 people, and a 5 stars when they have 50 personal. So anyways, that kind of recognition, I want to give recognition to. And as soon as the cubes open, we're going to give recognition for people completing their cubes. But to keep it organized, I'm actually going to do a header, and we can do the recognition below each of those so that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle of all the announcements when the vault opens. And then we're going to have a welcome one. We'll have different recognition ones where you can recognize yourself, throw your name down there like, hey, I just hit 1 star, I just hit 2 star. Hey, I just completed my 15 cubes. So we want to have recognition. We love this. This is motivation and excitement for us, right? We're also going to have one that is like business building ideas. So we'll be rewarding people who bring on like the best business building ideas. Like, what are you doing to help build your cubes? So we'll have one of those, especially once the vault opens. We'll be able to see what's working, what's not working, and share business building ideas in our group. And then we're going to do some fun prizes and some other stuff as well for people who share some good business building ideas with the entire group, because that's what we're here for, right? We all want to build a fun little online business doing things where we don't have all the overhead costs. So we're going to get the Facebook group organized. I'm going to use the files tab. If you haven't accessed that already, use the files tabs. The Zoom replays are all in there, and I'm going to keep maximizing the files tab so it's easy to find and you don't have to scroll. The other thing is when you do go to the Facebook group, if you're looking for something specific, there's a little search bar. Sometimes it doesn't show up on cell phones, but if you're on the desktop, laptop, iPad, it should show up. It says search this group, and you could like type in commissions, or if you had a question about some specific post you saw, you can type it in the search bar as well there. The next thing is there is no specific date of opening. I saw some people say, the vault is opening on Sunday. That is not true. The vault is not opening on Sunday that I know of. We do not know the specific date. We are just chomping at the bit here, just like everyone else, super excited for it to open. But on the other hand, I'm like, hey, get everything, all the technology working. See, they do the technology, they test, create more test, right? To try to eliminate some of the technology problems when they launch and have, 5,000 people on the technology all at once. So they're being smart about it, which is definitely to our advantage, right? The next thing is, if you do have an issue, use the contact tab in your back office and fill out a support ticket. That'll be the quickest and fastest way to do that. Another thing is, I just want to encourage people, NetCube is something really fun that you can do with things you're already doing in your life. Amanda is not going to stop doing her Amazon business because she joined NetCube. I'm not going to stop building my social media business and my other adventures over here because I joined NetCube. This is just an additional thing that I'm doing. So don't disparage any other companies or talk ill of anything, or don't use anyone's name. I saw a post like that this morning. Don't use anyone's name about who's in the company right now because without their permission, right? You can use mine. I'm totally cool with that. Obviously, Amanda's and Nick's because we're publicly telling you that we're here. So just be cautious and respectful of that. The other things are placement. Obviously, with so many people coming in right now into the funnel, we have a 72-hour placement queue. So when you bring somebody in, you'll see them in the placement queue. If you don't see them in your placement queue, they probably have not paid. So you want to go to where it says sponsor to review. If you're taking notes, write this down. It says sponsor to review. Next to your name is a little triangle. You want to click on that triangle, and it's going to give you a drop-down menu of everyone in your organization, right? So when you do that drop-down menu, it'll say everyone's name, and it'll have a $sign behind them if they're paid. People can actually go on and create an account, and then they get to the second page, and if they don't pay, there will be a $sign with a slash through it, okay? So if somebody's not showing up and you get an email that says, hey, somebody joined your team, but they don't show up in your placement queue, go check under sponsor to review, click the triangle next to your name. It'll give you a drop-down menu. And then if there's a slash behind their name, just follow up with them. Maybe they got busy when they got to the second page. They had to go grab their credit card. Then they forgot. But they've already created a username and password so they can log in with that username and password. They're not going to have access to anything. All it's going to do is pop up and say, here's how you pay. So it's just going to give them the opportunity to actually pay to get their seat, okay? Because they don't have the seat, they don't have their cloud seat until their payment has went through. But they will show up as somebody you sponsored. And so that's a way for you to check that and make sure that they're in there. So the placement suite, once you do start bringing people in and they're paid, they're going to show up in your placement queue. Highly encourage you, do not place anyone until you speak to your sponsor to see what they have going on for any strategy. Like maybe they have somebody that they want to partner with that person. Because there's so many people funneling in and we have a 3x10 matrix, we want to help everyone for the best advantage. So just speak with your sponsor before you do any placement to make sure that you can maximize your placement with some really good strategy. We don't want you building these long legs. Some people have come from other organizations where you just build stack people 10 levels deep. Well, then once you get past 10, you're out of your pay level. So really strategize. You want to build wide, layer everyone like this, and then layer the next layer, and then layer the next layer. Okay, so watch the placement video that I did on that already, so we don't have to go over that too much. There is the refund. If anyone's not happy, get your refund and say hasta la vista. I'll see you on the flip side when things are all up and running great. But also, if anyone does decide that they want their money back, please let somebody in your upline or myself know, simply because they might be in a really good position in our matrix, and we might want to put somebody else in that position versus it just being dissolved. Okay, so if you do have somebody in that situation that is willing to give up their amazing seat right now, which is crazy, it's okay, let them do it. But then let us know, because they might be in a really good position where we're going to want to put somebody else in there, or you might want to put somebody else in there, right, if it was your personal. So we can help you with that. Just let us know. The next thing is, cubes are a combination of your tasks all poured into one. So it's not like you're just going to do one thing to fill a cube. You might, but there's going to be a combination of lead generation, affiliate marketing. Every time something's complete, it's going to dump those funds into your cube until the cube fills up. Okay. Then the funds will become available, and then you can go to your Q wallet, and you'll know ahead of time because it'll say, this is the task and this is how many days it takes to get paid. Okay. So you'll know ahead of time for that. The other thing we wanted to talk to you about is, let's see here, Anyone have any questions that they want to throw them down in the chat box and let me know. So getting started, add your people to your Facebook page, and then how do you make your money back right away? How do you make your $199 back right away? You can either sponsor, if you sponsor bringing 6 people into your business right away, you're gonna make $250. So that's a quick way to earn that money back. That will be your total earnings. Or as soon as the vault opens, it's complete 10 cubes and you've earned your investment back and you're in total profit mode for the next year, which is awesome. So that's that. I want to open this now. So if you're here for the announcements, now I'm going to go into, really want to show you some things in the back office. I want to show you NetCube Navigate. I want to show you your free lead page. I want to show you some videos that you probably don't know even exist. If you're not using the NetCube YouTube page, it's really awesome. Definitely check that out. There's tons of videos. You can just get evolved. You can learn tons of information, especially for the people who are like, is this a scam? Have them go check out all of the information. Layer on information for people. You know, get in a video, get in a chat, to do all of these different forms of communication with people as well. Will NetCube be available in the Philippines? Yes. NetCube is actually available in over 140 countries already. Currently, we have English. Spanish is the next language, so we're working on translating everything to, and then they'll just evolve, I suppose, as the market demands in other countries. We are obviously the UK and areas like that are obviously a lot of English-speaking countries, Australia, and so forth. So we're open there, and we can already do ACH deposits and withdrawals and pay them over there and all of that good stuff. So, awesome. So let's do that. If anyone wants to I'm going to go through this really quick, even though if you're done, if you don't want to learn this, or if you want to fast forward to the end for people, I want to show you though really quick the back office, just because I think this will be great for you to know once you get logged in. So this is your back office homepage, right? And so I want you to know, if you go under contact here, if you have an issue, create a support ticket, okay? So if you have any issues, this is where you're going to come and submit a support ticket that will get you access to somebody to be able to help you. Your website contacts, if somebody does your lead page, that's all under here. Your network of people, this is where your placement queue is. So you'll see that there. Your personal information, if you need to change your contact information on your website, you can do that right here on your website info editor. So explore your back office and explore the Q&A. If you go under here to resources, they have a Q&A resource section. So before you panic, check over here, because they probably have answered your question, and it might eliminate you going through the whole process of a ticket and all that other stuff. There's a resource list here as well that gives you NetCube Navigate, the Pocket Funnel, and also your free lead page. So you can set this up right away, which allows you to share it with people. If they're not interested right away, at least you can capture their name and email, and then it will put them under your contacts, your website contacts right here. We're just doing a high-level overview of this right now. We'll go through this in more details and share with you more about this at a later training, but I just want a high-level overview of this right now. This is your Q wallet in your back office that you'll set up once you have available funds. You'll be able to actually go through and sweep the funds out and set up your Q wallet. And that's where, because people are like, well, I didn't get asked for my social security number. You won't get asked for your social security number until you fill out your W-9 form on here, okay? The mobile app they're working on right now, so that's not set up here. And if you're looking for apparel, that's on here as well. But that's kind of just the basic information. We'll do an additional training on NetCube Navigate, as well as the funnel lead pages and the Pocket Funnel at a later time. But that's kind of the basis for all of this, you guys. And I think that's about all of the main details. It was super fun for today, you guys. We filled you with tons of information. If you're taking notes, I'm sure you have a notebook full of notes, but really just layer with people. Just treat people like people want to be treated, like human beings. Don't barf a bunch of stuff on them and make them feel weird, because if you feel weird doing it, they feel weird receiving it, right? So building relationships is always the key to building your social network. And so we're really excited to help you continue to build your social influence as well, so that you can maximize building your cubes even faster. So with that being said, thanks so much for being on here today, you guys. We will definitely get the recording of this Zoom out to everyone and post the replay in the group. And take advantage, ask any questions that you might have, post any questions that you have in the group page so we can add it on future things. And then help me with the team by posting on the welcome post and the congratulatory post. We'll use all of those header tabs so we can get everything organized and make the Facebook group smooth flow that much smoother, since we have tons of people coming in and lots of content that we want to share with you every single day. We will be the first to tell you if the email doesn't hit first when we are launching, and so watch the Facebook group for updates on that as well. But you won't be able to miss it because the announcement will be big, bold, and out there. So have a beautiful and blessed day, everyone, and let us know if you have any other questions